Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So today we will make this animation I made yesterday. This thing here. I did not plan to make a tutorial for this, but in a short amount of time, or in just a few hours, I had a lot of requests for this one, and yeah. So let's do it. This is quite easy. You will see this is not really much to it. I rendered it in Octane, but just because it's fast in Octane. It is not. It is. You see, this is not really hard to texture. It's just a black and white texture, black and white glossy texture, and that's it. We don't have to do more. Yeah, maybe I do the. A physical render part too. We will see how long it takes, but it should go quite fast. So let's start. What do we need? We need a plane for the net, we need a sphere for the ball, and we need a floor. Okay, so let's make this is the net. Whoops, okay. We have a net, and let's say the 40 by 40 should be fine. Then I want this net on the floor, so I drop it to the floor. You will find the plugins in the description of the video. Just click on drop to floor, and now it is on the floor. Next is we need a ball, so sphere, and let's say a size of 35 I took in my video. So I'll put it somewhere like here. And then we need a floor, and for the floor I take a disc, make the disc a little bigger, and that's it. This is our scene. Next step, we need a rigid body tag on our sphere here, so that it becomes dynamic. Then here, for the net, I work with soft body. That works best. I tried it with cloth but soft body works best here for me. And yeah, and the floor needs a collision, of course. So the plane will get a soft body. So I have my things here. You see, here I have soft body tag. The sphere, you find the tags here in the right click. Simulation tags is the same. The sphere gets a rigid body tag, and the disc just a collider tag. Okay. When we now hit play, we get something like this. Whoops. And it is not really what we want. First thing I want not just that the net falls down, so I go to my plane. Name it net, so we need net, ball, floor. So go to the soft body tag, and first thing I do is go to the force and say 100% linear and 100% angular damping. If I hit now play, we get this. So okay, nice. Now we want that the ball will be thrown in this direction. Go to the ball, to the rigid body tag, dynamics, and here I want a custom initial velocity. So let's see here 1000, and I want that it rotates a little bit, so 360 here, and hit play. So we get this. Woof. And it is some kind of okay. So now let's play with the soft body settings. First, I know I don't want it in this speed. I want a slow motion. And for the slow motion, I go to hit Control D for the project settings. And here in the project settings in Dynamics General, we have a time scale. And here I say I want the timer just 10%. So if I hit now play, you see we have a slow motion effect. Good, nice so far. And then I want to go to expert and go higher with the steps, with the sub steps. So let's say 20 here. Should be fine. And in the soft body tag here, you don't have to do much. It's almost everything okay here. Except with deflection. I give deflection to 30 here. The damping. Let's see. It is slower than now because of the sub-steps. Okay, see, it goes too far. And now I want here more stiffness, but it does not work really with the structure and everything and the stiffness here. We can try it with stiffness here, but I don't. Yeah, but this is not what I want. It looks. What I want to try is go back to the stiffness to 0 and go to my mass here and give it a custom mass. So let's say 10, okay, for the moment. Let's see what it does now. Yeah, that looks much better. But this was too much. Let's say 5 here. This looks quite good. Let's come closer. So we have here. I go to Control D here. So project settings. No, to Control Shift V for the viewport settings, and in the viewport setting, the display. Let's in the view here. Yeah, here. Opacity. 80. So now I see where I work. This is much better to see. Okay. And now let's do this again. So and whoosh. Okay, I think this is nice. And now of course we want the net and not the plane, and nothing easier than that. Select our net. Go to the atom array, Alt click on the atom array, and we have a net. So here I say 0.5 and 1. For now 6 segments should do it. And we have a net. So let's find a camera angle, a nice one. So something like that maybe. And maybe we can do it with some less subframes, so it works a little faster. Yeah. You see, I work with 200 frames here. Maybe let's. This is the only part which takes a little longer to find the nice angle and everything, and so, and make a camera. So I will use Octane now, but I will show you later how to work with the normal physical render. So give it a protection tag, and do it again. No. Delete the protection tag and see. Something like that. I want to cache this animation. So with Control D, I could go here to select the net and select the ball. Go to cache and cache both together. But if you go with Control D in your project settings and you go to here to cache, can do it here. If you say here bake, it bakes everything. So let's go to bake, and you see it bakes quite fast. We have just 10 subframes. And this is okay. With the final animation, I think I will go up to 20 subframes. If necessary, we will see it. So, and now we can easily scrap through the. So, and I want this thing so that the ball comes in here. So something like that. Yes, and what I want now is ball. I clear the Control D, the cache. I lock this one here, so because I wanna bake it more often, so and I go back with the ball here and bake it now. Maybe I make this when I render this video here. I make this a little faster here, but it's okay. That is not so. Zip. Okay. Yeah, I think this is now woof. Okay. If you wanted a little more, so go to the net. First I clear the cache, go to net here, and give the mass, go a little down with the mass, maybe to 3 and try it now. I think that looks a little better. Yeah, but the ball is little. But this you can do however you want. So go to here, and this is okay. Again to the soft body settings and the dampening effect. I'll give less flexion. Or I do no dampening and 30 flexion. So let's see how this looks. Okay, so I have to give more mass. That looks quite nice. This maybe 7 mass. It is a little. Go back to the flexion. 40. And maybe a little damping here, so 10. I think now we have it. But let's go back to, or not back to 20, to 50. Yes, this is not bad. So maybe, and maybe now a little more mass again. that looks good. At least to me. I want another camera focal length, so I go to here. Let's say 50 maybe. And right now, to go down here. Okay. Could do it. And maybe the ball flies a little too long still. So, and now I cache this. And let's save this. Save it under here. This is the original one. Goal. So, okay. And cache it. Bake. Okay. Now we go to here. So, camera a little down here. Somehow I do not. It makes two. Let's go to this one. That's okay. Dampening to 20 again, so this are the default settings here. Okay. Okay. So now I think we will come closer. Yes, this is what I wanted. Wanted more. Not everywhere this deformation. So this is exactly what I want. Maybe a little less mass again. So don't forget to save between. So, and now, yes, this is what I want. Okay. Nice. And the next thing, so I cache this, but I want to cache it with, I don't think we need more subframes, just let's cache it and we see it. So bake it. And then we can scrub through and see if everything works like we wanted. Of course I like the camera angle now. This is what I want. So I go to my camera here and make protection tag. So, and now I scrub through. Woof. Okay. And here I want to see if the collision works correctly. We don't have intersections. No, we don't have any intersections here. Even, but this is very nice. So the only thing we can do is, what we can try is clear the cache, go to the expert tabs, and here collision margin, go to 0 and bake it again. So we should come closer to the net with the ball. Okay. Let's see. Whoop. Whoop. yeah, that looks great. That looks really nice. Okay, we have our animation, and now, okay, and if we render this, we can render this very easy with some depth of field. You can make two things. I tried two things, but I prefer the second one. So the first thing is you can make a focus object here and throw the ball in the focus object. That means everywhere where the ball flies, you will have a sharp point, a sharp focus, and the other thing is unsharp. But I prefer to make a fixed point here, which is our focus, and so the ball comes unsharp in and becomes sharper until here, and this is what I like. So what I do now is, if you work with the live viewer here, you can make the focus point in the live viewer. But if you work like me here in the viewport, you see here from 3.8 we have these options that we can work in the viewport, and it does not show up here. Let's see. Maybe now, yeah, now it works. Viewport rendering, and so here I go to the camera, go to this arrow here, and click on the point where I want to sharp. So I say here, and if I go now and render this with the octane render. Oh, come on with the octane render. So, and go to the thin lens here and go with the aperture, blah blah blah, up here, and you see, get a nice thing here. We get a nice depth of field, and this is the same thing like we do it in the physical render later. With the camera, we go with the arrow here, and it works a little different there, but I will show you this. So we have a nice render here, and yeah, let's say we are happy with this. And but of course we want now a ball, a soccer ball, instead of our sphere here, and we have in the content browser we have a soccer ball. You see, if you give search for ball, you have here a nice soccer ball. Drag it in, go out of the camera here, so go soccer ball, bring it up here, hide this for the moment, and go. You see, we have a really nice soccer ball here with seams and everything. And but we wouldn't be Nikomedia if I don't show you how to model such a soccer ball. I think because okay, we can be lazy and do it here. The seams, you see that they are not really, but you don't get them really nice on it. But they did it very well, I think. So you can use this, of course, but I want to show you how to make such a soccer ball. So let's save this and go to make a new file. The soccer ball we have here, for the soccer ball it's perfect, is the platonic here. And the platonic, we go to buckyball, and this is exactly what we need. We have now 12 pentagons and 26 sided polygons. So when we have to get rid of these edges here in the middle, so we go to the platonic, hit C to make it editable. Now I go in the edge mode, and I want to get rid of these things here. Yeah, we could now select everything, but this is easier to do. With UN you have the Fong break selection. You already see it. First what I do, I go with the Fong here to 0. So now you see the Fong break selection. Again UN. So, and in the Fong break selection tag here, so I want to override this tag and go to, let's say, let's try 20, and you see, okay, that selects everything except the things, the edges in the middle. And these are these edges what we wanna get rid of. So okay, this is nice. So see, select all, And with UI, we simply invert the selection. UI, and you see we have all the unwanted edges. And so now with MN you can dissolve it, or if you have earlier versions, you just right click in the viewport and dissolve. But MN, check, dissolve, and we have our desired thing here. Next step, I want more subdivisions. So I go to my polygon mode, right click, subdivide. But yeah, here I want no smooth subdivision here. I want, let's say, 2 subdivisions should be fine, and hit OK. Nice. Okay, next step. I again select all our edges here. So this is okay, and so select all. That's nice. And I make now a bevel. MS, I bevel it. Just a little bit, so something like that should be fine. It's not so 2 centimeter, okay. Should be okay. But maybe a little more, let's see. 2.5, okay, with 1 subdivision. Going, okay. Nice. Next one, we again use the phone break selection, UN. So, and what I want to now select is only this edges here in between our bevel here. So I disable use edge breaks and go down here. And now you see we select only the edges between. Okay, select all, and here I make now a selection tag, the set selection. You have set selection here too, so somewhere set selection, yep. Okay, and now we are almost done. The next thing is I want to put this platonic in a spherify deformer. So I select my platonic, go to the deformer, and hold the shift key and click on spherify. Okay, I want the radius. We had in our sphere in our project is 35 centimeter, and here we have to go to 100, of course. So this is exactly what I want. Now I bring back my phone to 40. Okay, and we have a nice thing here. But what we can do now is, but no, we don't need it. So this is okay. Now go to my platonic and say current state to object. I have it here in my toolbar. Otherwise, you right click on this and say current state to object. Current state to object. Boing, and this is our ball. Okay, hide this for a moment. And now I go to my selection tag here. Double click it. And now simply scale this down, this selection. T for scale, and scale it down, so somewhere like this. And if we put this in the subdivision surface now, what we get is our football. So let's render this. We have here ugly edges, you see this? But we can get rid of this when we go to our phone tag here. Use edge breaks, nope. And bye bye. Subdivision, I go to 3 here. Nice. I think this is okay. Maybe we can make it a little deeper, this creases. So double click here again, T for scale, and make it a little deeper. Don't know. Honestly, I'm not really a soccer fan, so I don't know. Yeah, this should be okay. Let's say this is okay. Okay, we have this. The next thing is we need black and white fields here, polygons, so we have to select them. Let's go to our selection tag here, and I want to select all the 5 the pentagons here. So when I do this, we can do this again with the UN, with the phone break selection. Select it, but I need this 2 here, so I can select now this manual and don't want this. We could try to grow the selection with UY, this UY grow selection, but you see now we have this problem that here let's go to the, here is one triangle which is not selected, so we would have to select each triangle on each pentagon. We don't need this. We go again UN to the phone break selection and simply play with the phone angle here. Make the phone angle a little bigger, let's say 20 maybe. No, that's not enough. A little more, little more. No. And you see now 66.6. Oh, devil in the sky. So yeah, this is what I want. Okay, and we have 12 pentagons, so 1, hold your shift key if you select the next one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So that's it. Make a selection tag, so set selection, and now we have our fields selected which we need, and with this we are already done. If you want to make some seams here in between, then we do it. So I double click on my selection tag here on my edge selection and say edge to spline. So that means edge to spline we will find here in the mesh commands too, edge to spline here, and that makes us a spline of this selection. Okay, and now of course we have the possibility that we clone something on our spline here, and this we will do. Let's hide the ball for the moment. You see our spline now, and I want a uniform spline here, and maybe Bezier looks a little better, and I think I want much more subdivisions, but in my original one I did not make any seams, so this is now just improvisation. And here I think about, should I make it with a spline and sweep knob or with a torus? I do it with a torus. So torus, okay, and I need a very small torus. So first I go down with the pipe radius, I don't know how far, so something like that. And T for scale, and scale it very small. This is maybe too small. Come on. Back, and T for scale. Not so far. So. Bring it to the side. Doesn't matter where this is because we clone it. So. I think so, this should work. Make a ring radius of 0.5 here, and here 0.1 maybe, and we definitely need not so many segments, ring segments, maybe 16, and pipe segments maximum 8, and let's try with 6 for now. Now we have some little thing like this here. Okay, I make here 8. Okay. Now we clone this torus along our spline. Torus, cloner. So I select the torus, go to the cloner, alt click on the cloner, so it becomes a parent of the torus. In the cloner we go to object, and the object is our spline. Whoop. Okay. Now we have a lot of things here. So I don't want them. What I want is not a count. I want an, let's say, step. Let's try it with 1 centimeter here. Okay, that does not look bad. And I have to rotate them. What should it? Of course, in the wrong direction. So I want it a little. This should work. Let's see how this looks if we see our soccer ball. We have our seams. Maybe make some more. Here you can, if you have it like this, so if you don't have a really such a close up, here in the close up, I would take then some more segments here, so that it is more round, or you put the whole cloner in a subdivision surface. But here, without subdivision surface, you can go to render instances, so that works much faster then. And here, let's just 0.5 here. So, okay. Here we have a nice cross. That is okay. And yeah, if you want to put this in a subdivision surface later, you have to disable render instances. I'll show you. If I go to cloner and put this now in a subdivision surface, whoop, everything is gone. So I have to go to the cloner, disable render instances, and now we have it. So, but I would say it would be a better solution to make it here with more segments and hit render instances. That would be the better way. Means here, let's go to pipe segments, maybe to 12. You see it's around, and here to 24. And we have nice. This is even enough for a close-up. So. Okay. Only thing we have to do is such a, I don't know how it's called. This one here. So let's make this one too. So this we put on a 6-sided polygon. I think they put it on a 6-sided too. Huh? Yeah, it's on a 6-sided one. Alright. So go point mode, ball, select this point. Now I MS for bevel, and bevel it out, something like that. But without subdivision it would look like this. This is, but we have now here polygons, and I don't want to have polygons, so make one subdivision. And now with the depth here, we can go back the other direction, so something like that. And if we make this now a subdivision surface, does not look good. No? So don't work with the depth. So go back here, MS again. So whoops. And I do it with the tension, not with the depth. That looks better. So I make it by this. Okay, it looks nice. Now we can make here some cuts, or however you want to do it. So I go to take these 2 points, MM, for to combine them. So with MM I do this, twice M, And that's done. Okay. Now I select here my thing. I for inner extrude. I inner extrude once. And I think I do it a second time. It's not really necessary, but I make it twice. Now I D for extrude and extrude it down. Something like this. And as closer these edges here are together, as sharper this rounding will, this bevel will be later. Now I make another extrusion, go down here, a small one, because here I want another edge. I for inner extrude, one, and I make, make two here, two smaller ones, so. Then D for scale and for D for extrude, and then extrude it up here again. So somewhere like here. Okay, extrude it again up. You can remember. You could remember this values you do this, but as I said, I do it by eye now. I for inner extrude. So again, something like here. Inner extrude, D, extrude, another extrusion, so something like that, another small extrusion and another small inner extrude and a last inner extrude to somewhere like here. So now we have everywhere this all quads, we have not one triangle. And if we put this in a subdivision surface, we should get a quite nice result here. We have a perfect ventil, it's called in Austria. Okay, good. We have a nice soccer ball. And now we know how to do a soccer ball too. And this I was not planned to. So, okay, this is our ball here. Soccer ball, okay, and I select it, copy it, Control C, go in our R, so we don't need the soccer ball from the content library, we take our own one, which should be now the same size like this. We have it with 35 radius, so Control V to bring it in. You see our soccer ball here is almost 70, 70, 70, so make this 72, and now in the subdivision surface it's not 70, 70, 70, but this doesn't matter because we don't see this. And a real soccer ball, I think, is for sure not exactly a sphere too. So okay, bring back this here. Oopsie, not this net, go in our and now we simply bring our soccer ball under our ball here, make a child, and select our soccer ball and say reset PSR. So that brings it in exactly the middle of this ball here. So reset PSR, you see. So now we can hide this ball and make this soccer ball green here. So and now we have, instead of our, let's go to NI to see the isopalm, so we have a nicer view here. Now we have our soccer ball here, save everything, let's see. Okay, and now we just have to texture this whole thing, and we are done. Okay, I think I do it now in the, so we can make a little bigger picture here. It's a little small in the viewport. Here we have a nice picture. Okay. First, what we need is some. Oh, we could take the textures from here, but this is from the content library, but don't need it. And it is start with the white, with a white, simple white texture. For now, let's make it here in the view. Maybe it's easier. So a simple white glossy texture. I have this octane glossy, this octane text here in a new bar. It's quite easy to do this. So you can go to Windows, customize palettes. Here you can make a new palette and drag in everything you want. So let's see here, live viewer or something else. No. You have live view window or something, or open live, the live database or something else. Just drag it in here, and you can make your own palette and then dock it to your thing where you want it. So, but I don't want this. It's just to show you how it works. Okay. So glossy material, Octane glossy material. Go in the node editor. We need just very simple things here. So I name it bold white. So not another sub material. An Rgb Spectrum. Yips, in the diffuse channel. Nothing is real white, so it should be okay. A float texture for the roughness here, and we'll see it later. Okay, we need this later on again because we want to put a little dirt on it and bring it on our soccer ball here, but bring it on ball. And make a spherical protection here. Spherically, and right click on our tag, fit to object. Good so far. Now we should have a white texture, but we don't see much because we need an environment. So let's make a simple octane sky here. And in the sky I put an HDRI, so Shift F8. Let's see which one I take here. I take the same one like in the original one. This is presets, so HDRIs, outdoor, and I took this one here. Okay, bring it in. And you see the depth of field works great for the background too. Okay. Maybe now let's make the Rgb spectrum more white. Maybe bring the power a little up here. Not the power here. I want the power here. Okay, this is too much. Could rotate it so. Let's find a nice spot, but of course you should do it like you want it. So I think the 0 one was quite nice here. Yeah, I think this is okay. Maybe a little down with the power here again. Okay. Now let's make the same material. So copy this material, control, drag it to the side. Name this black. So this is our black is this one here. Bring it on our ball and drag in the selection tag here. And we have our ball here. It looks nice, looks great. And now for the seams, don't know, I take the same like the white thing here. That's maybe, I don't know how they should look. Or I make black seams. How do these black seams look? Oh, I forgot to bring the seam seams to in this project. Yeah. Cloner. Copy this cloner. So I have to copy this spline too, of course. Let's bring the cloner and this spline here. Bring it in and give it in a null object. Seams. Copy this. I hope that this works. So away with this for the moment. Come closer here. Bring in Control V the seams here. And bring this whole thing under the ball here too. And say again, reset PSR. That does not seem to work. Oh, of course it works. Nice. Good. So far, and now, oops. No, I want here path tracing, so. And it seems that, let's see, this is the black ones. Looks somehow funny with black seams, huh? I leave it with black seams, I like it, I like the contrast. Save everything, don't forget to save in between. And we have still cached everything, so the animation we should be able to scrub through. So go to here and see how the depth of field works. You see, works great. And then whoopsie. Okay, save it. And I'm not entirely happy with the texture here. With the texture, yes, but not. It is too shiny here. So go back to one here. Yeah, this is enough. I like it like this. Maybe 1.2. Ah, this is too much. One is a 1.1. Okay, 1.1. That's the difference. No, 1. I stay with 1. So, okay. Now is the thing, because we don't see this. How it is called, ventil. Ventil. Okay. Valve. Okay. So the valve. Good. We don't see it here, so we don't have to. We would not have to. Come on, to texture it. But if you wanna see it, of course we can do this. We should be able to do this. Data, I don't even know where it is. Here it is, okay. The valve. think we did the valve a little too big. So but okay, around it, but is it in the inside black or is it in the... I have a look about not what's here. Why 6000? No. These are my settings. So let's stop this and go to the other file here, Untitled. I don't need nothing here, so we already have it in the other scene. Bring back this guy here. Just wanna see how the texture the valve. Here it is. Okay, the inside is black. Okay, so let's make this inside black. Why not? We are able to do this. I'm sure we can do this. But I think this whole valve is a little too big. So what could I do now? I could make this all smaller, but no, I don't want to make this now smaller because then I have to purify it again and then so UL for loop selection. And I select, go to my ball here, and let's say I selected, I'll select just this here one. Then UF for fill selection, UF, and hold the shift key so that you add the selection. Good. And the next one is just make a selection tag, so set selection, and this selection gets the black thing too. Okay. Now it is black. Black is black. And here I think I give it an... It doesn't matter here at cubic mapping or... Oh, let's see, cubic. Fit to object. Okay, why not? I think this is too big, huh? But as I said, I don't want to make it now smaller because I can do it. I can select everything inside here and then transform it, but in the normal axis and everything. But it's better you make this from beginning correct if you want a valve. Sorry guys, but okay, now save it and render it so that you see it. Render it. Okay, and but I am sure I don't want to see this valve. So ball R for the rotation and bye bye. I don't want to see it. Save this and next thing is I have here something what I don't like. What is this? We have here a problem with our seams, I think. Of course they don't rotate with our seams, with our ball. Go back, 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 back. No, not really back, 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 back. We can do it differently too. So I go to to here, and let's try, maybe this works. So go to this with the seam under the ball here, reset PSR, and now it works again. Should work at least. So now bring them back here. Yeah, now we are back. Okay. So this works too, and now if I want to rotate this ball, I have to put the seams under the ball. Now I rotate the whole thing here, and then I can bring back the seams to here, and everything works. Okay. Good. Whoop. And now let's render it, and let's see what we get. And I am happy with it. Okay, this is it, and of course now the animation is simply rendered animation. So go to the Octane text, so, and here in the output you just say, instead of current frame, all frames. You can save, what I would recommend, save it in sequence, so with single pictures, and then make a video out of it in After Effects or somewhere. But this does not need very long, so let's render one frame. Let's say you want to render it for the video. We don't need more than 1000 samples, I think. So let's go to render settings. Here, go to 1000. It's not necessary normally. 500 should be enough. And with the in version 4 we have the denoiser, so it's even less time. And if you render it with 1080p, so let's say, so 1080, and now we render just one frame here. Let's see if this works. Oh, if we have to, this is a little too picky. Let's see, 200, 280, but it would be here. We are ready with it, so we need normally not more than 300 to 500 samples for the animation. 1000 is too much here. You see, let's make it how I would do it. So no, not here. So here, 300 samples. Let's render it now. Check, and we are done in 10 seconds, but this is the first frame, so it looks, and it is not really, you don't see almost no difference, and you don't see any difference. Look at this, there's no difference. So we can easily render this with 300 samples for the animation. And this is just this animation where he calculates to this frame, and so normally you see these are things that I rendered before with 2 seconds, and so. Good, this is this, and don't forget here. Anyway, when you put an own focus, disable autofocus, because if you enable the autofocus, during the animation, the camera will lose the focus sometimes in some frames, and this is of course not this is horror. And yeah, okay, that's this, and I'll show you now quickly how to render this with the physical render, and then we are done, I think. So I save it here, then I save it here as physical. This project file is already on for Patreons, is already ready to download. So since yesterday, and but not with this ball, because I did not make any seams or this valve. And but if you need a better ball, so just take it from the content browser, or now you know how to do it. And yeah, just delete these two things here. Delete the octane guy, delete this guy here. I don't have to rename this, but if we do it now, so that is everything. We have still the same focus distance, so this should work too. Make a simple glossy material here. White is okay. And oh, what I forgot is to put some dirt on the ball here. Let's go back quickly. Let's back. So, and I have to go to my bridge here. And I've here some dirt and scratch maps. This one, we should see this quite good. Go the right thing, so Rgb Spectrum. Here I will make a simple mix texture. So not a mix material, just a mix here. Mix node, so okay. And I bring in this guy here. This is texture 1, texture 2 in the diffuse channel, and we can make this as a fall off so that we can control the amount of dirt we want. So you already see it. Save it here. Render it, and you see we already have this dirt here. And if you want more or less, not a fall off map, I don't want a fall off map, I need a float texture, not a fall off map. This I need here. So, and now I can say I'd want no dirt, I want a lot of dirt, somewhere in between, and we have it. Okay, so easy it is, you see. Okay, save this, and now delete it. Delete the octane sky, the octane sky. Delete the octane tag here. Camera, whoops, and make a simple texture. So I got here, make a reflectance, so don't need to diffuse here. Glossy with GGX, Pac-Man would do it too, so bed is okay here. Maybe a little okay, and maybe a little more white here. So, and I think I will make this with the dirt here. We could put in the dirt in the diffusion. We can put it. I just make it here in the color channel too. So first I put this on my white texture here. What we need is an environment, of course. So I bring in my Nikomedias Scene Rig, and here I don't need almost nothing. So come on, I don't need the octane thing here. So, okay. I don't need any floor or so. I need nothing. I use the HDRI, the reflective HDRI for the background. So I don't need a background here too. Just go to my HDRI settings, bring in the same HDRI we used before, so this here, and let's see what we get. Not octane, low GI. Okay. Up here. In the preview render, you don't see the net here in the render. Then you will see it later. Yeah, here. Next thing what I want is seen by camera. So I want to see the HDRI by seen by camera. Okay. And I want the rotation the same like before, so what we had in the other one. I don't know, I think it was something like this here. Okay. Now we have problems with these two tags here, so let's make a black one here too. So first I need the reflectance here. Then this is the ball white. Copy it. Color. Zip. Black. Drag it on the black one. And drag it on the valve too. So, and here. What I forgot to do is in the other one, in the Octane, we did not texture the net, but we can use the same the same texture like on the ball or something else for the net. This doesn't matter because most parts of the net are in depth of field, so you don't see it really what texture is on it. So that looks quite nice. Just too dark, a little too dark. So I go to my scene rig. First what I can try is to go up with the light intensity. Nice. But I want the light from somehow from the other side. So something like that maybe. No. I think the light intensity is, so go back to 100 here. Here it is the same, find a nice spot. And you will be happy. I can go try to reflection brightness a little up here. This is too much. 5 here. The next thing what I can try with the fill light is, let's say 20 here. 30. That looks better. Okay. 110 here. 150 here. 150 is too much, of course. 20. Yes, and bring in some. You will see when we bring now I want to bring in some dirt here. So copy here the path and go to my color channel. Okay, this is the same dirt, but in the original file. Take this one. No. You see, we have dirt on it now. You can multiply it. Okay. And make some. Save it so, and I make now some more diffuse reflectors, but not much reflectance, so something like that. And color right here, and give it a very small bump with noise. Sorry when you do it a little faster, but you know this is really not a hard thing to do. So meanwhile, every one of you should know how to do this, and this is for the net. Bring it on our atom array. Whoops. Now let's see. It is somehow. Let's see. Find a better spot here. And this is in. And oh, what don't forget, we want of course some depth of field, and so I have to go in my low GI settings here, activate depth of field here, and with the f-stop, as lower this number is, as more depth of field we will get. So I go to say 1. .6. Okay. It's great here in the new viewport. It's great because we can go to the so here depth of field, and we immediately see our depth of field here in the viewport. So we can easily set here the values we need. Okay. You see, this is not rendered. So if we go to NA to hide the whole mesh. This is not rendered, so I think this is great. So I don't even have to render. Now I make a hardware render. Now this is interesting. I make here a hardware render that renders normally everything what you see in the viewport. Enhance open shell, okay. Depth of field, reflections, okay. SSAO, I did not use SSAO, but let's see. This is ambient occlusion. Tessellation, don't need it. Anti-aliasing, yes. Shadows, I don't have shadows here really. This should work, and now I go to the output and make here a 1080 picture and hit render to current frame. So we rendered this frame in 3 seconds with 1080p. And look at this. Okay, you see here we have here the world axis. So let's hide in the filter the world axis so that you don't see this. And we could make the whole animation like this. So render it in 1 second. It's faster than with Octane. That's great. So maybe a little more depth of field, huh? The seams, okay. The seams needs to. We want black seams. Yeah, that looks good. And more depth of field, I said. I'll go to 3 here, maybe. Okay. And render it in the. Oh, not here. So, zack. Render it in the. Zack. Zack. 2 seconds, and everything is here. So this is more than great. But it looks like now we have depth of field here on the here too. Look like we have everywhere depth of field now. Make a new new focus. Let's see. Maybe here. Okay. And render it now. Yeah, that's much better. But now we see this is better when it's out of focus everything a little bit, so that looks great. So in an animation we wouldn't see it. But so you see here that it's this thing. Now let's render it normal, because I don't think that this needs very long to render to. I make it as a middle GI. Don't forget the depth of field, and here for the moment 720p. Yeah, that looks better than with the. But of course we have a very blurry, very noisy depth of field here, and the depth of field here is too much. Now I see it. Go to 0.6. No, 0.6. And make a higher resolution render. So don't forget to activate depth of field. R, Shift R, and here we go. And we have a very usable picture. Yeah, of course with a higher render it needs longer. But honestly, you could, if you've seen here, with this, you could make a whole animation with this. If you don't need a close-up or a too high thing, 720 video, you could do it no problems with this. But this is great if you want to send something to a client, or just so don't have to render, to just send them the viewport. Shit, I forgot to. So we are still rendering here. So this is of course this needs too long for animation, but otherwise if you have time. And let's try the same here without GI, because it's not really necessary to render here with GI. But you see the dynamics works great. So now let's try the same without GI. Ah yeah, you see a difference. But it renders fast and clear. This noise in the background, this is the depth of field. This is normal. It should be like this, I think. For me, it should be like this. I don't know if it's for photographers or something else. But when I see depth of field, it always looks like this. Yeah, okay, this darker without, but you see 1 minute, 1.5 minute, and a half minute. And if you go bring this then to After Effects or somewhere else and play a little with exposure a little up, so gamma, so contrast, and you have a nice picture in a half a minute, no? This is the without filter, with filter, and done. If you wanna save something with filter, with the filter settings, if you wanna save a picture, don't forget if you save as. And here you have to activate use filter here. Otherwise it wouldn't save it with the filter settings. Okay, that's it. We are done for now. And I hope you like this. Well, it's 1.5 hours again, but was not really a hard tutorial, but you know, with the whole settings until the dynamics are okay, and until everything work how you like it. And we did a soccer ball in between with a valve. Okay, So yes, hope you liked it, and I wish you a nice day, a nice rest of the day or beginning of the day or whatever, and have a nice weekend. Yeah? And if you need something like one of the plugins, everything is every link you will find in the description. And if you wanna donate, I really would appreciate it. I don't want to cry or something else, but the last donation was I think about 2 months ago, and yeah, just besides, and yeah, if you wanna support me on Patreon, you can do so, and you will find the link in the description too. If you have requests, if you have complaints, if you have questions, please write it here in the comments or on my Facebook site or on my Facebook group. Meanwhile, I put all my tutorials on my Facebook group too, under lections. There is a tab with lections, and there you will find all my tutorials too. So it's, I think it's maybe easier to scroll through or something else, but you will see. And yeah, that's it for now. Maybe I do a tutorial tomorrow too, and yeah, I think so, because I have not much to do at the moment. For this Monday it starts again, but tomorrow it's still a little quiet, and that's good so. And maybe I play a little music, and maybe a little guitar or keyboards or something else. I don't know. Okay, so wish you a nice day, and the best regards from Vienna. And yeah, I say tschüss und baba.